Thank you for spending time. You and I had a conversation this morning before the apology, and you seem to be very hopeful. You seem to be very optimistic. And I know that's partly your character as well, but I'm wondering now that this day is ending, how do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I'm as optimistic as I was earlier in the day. I believe that we have a path forward. The Pope expressed not just an apology. He didn't just say, "I am sorry." I think he laid out the work ahead of us. And we're talking about a collaborative undertaking with the Canadian Conference of Catholic Bishops. And, for example, an investigation on the facts that resulted in the residential school experience, and if you dig deeper into that file, what will an investigation find, right? So that's a challenge for not just the Catholic Church entities in Canada, but it's also our challenge, because we've leveled certain allegations and whatnot, and we know that what we've talked about is true. So we have to confirm our findings with the Catholic Church entities in Canada.
You know, as we watch some of that happen, someone I was sitting with was saying, but that's what we have the TRC for. You know, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. She said, I'm holding the volume that says what happened. So what else do you see coming out of an investigation?
Well, what's important here is that you're absolutely right. TRC, 94 calls to action, very comprehensive undertaking that took some years to conclude its work. Well, there are some digging that still has to occur as a result of, for example, the TRC, 94 calls to action. I mean, we didn't anticipate, for example, that we would find 215 unmarked graves in Kamloops, even though TRC indicated very clearly that there could be anywhere from 4,000 to 6,000 children that were left in unmarked graves and were never brought home. And so that might be part of the investigation.
Heard a number of conversations today of people saying, interesting to hear the Pope apologize almost again for the actions of individuals as opposed to apologizing for the policies of the Church. Did that surprise you? Were you expecting to hear an apology for the actions of the institution?
When I listen to the Pope, I'm listening to someone that represents the Church worldwide. He's speaking for the Church. He's speaking for the institution. And so that's the interpretation I give to the words that are been expressed by the Holy Father. And if we're true to our word in terms of healing and reconciliation, we're going to have to be able to forgive. He's come here before us, a humble person, begging for forgiveness. And of course, you have to take that seriously, because we also want to move on. We want to find peace and solace in our lives. And if we can't bring ourselves to forgive, then this matter, this burden that we've had to shoulder for years and years, that'll carry on endlessly. And that's not something that I wish upon anyone.
You know, as a Canadian watching you over the decades, you know, you were open in 1990 with your experiences. And so many people have told us that because you were open, it allowed them to feel comfortable being open too. Were you struck by some faces today?
I was struck by the emotion that I saw in the faces of many. I saw people with tears. It was an emotional moment. It was a momentous occasion. It was a special moment for us. It was our day.
And tomorrow, in a way, is another day for you. 65,000 people, Commonwealth Stadium. You're going to be standing there before the Pope speaks. Do you have a sense of what you need people to hear from you tomorrow?
I might want to spend a bit of time speaking about forgiveness. in the context of healing and reconciliation. I think that's so very important for survivors in our communities. And most importantly, it's important for Canada, right? Because Canada has certain responsibilities, right? Because so many of the residential schools were situated on our lands. And so it's both the church's responsibility and Canada's responsibility to give us our land back.
The work goes on.
It does, indeed.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.